Hello everyone, it's Karen and welcome to another video. Today, before we go any further, I want to wish all my viewers and subscribers a happy new year. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, and this is the first video of 2025, so that's why I said happy new year. So today I want to do a video of something really interesting, something I just got in the post today from Amazon, and it's a box set I want to show, and it's this. Elvis, the King of Rock and Roll, the complete 50s Masters. This is a 5 CD set which was released in 1992. I think a lot of Elvis fans have this in their collection. So I'm just going to go over what you get in this box set and pretty much all the content of it. So this is a box set that came out in 1992, and it was the first time that a lot of pretty much Elvis's catalogue of the 50s was released on CD. I mean, I think the individual albums would probably come out on CD, but this big box set was kind of like all the 50s masters together in one box, which is quite nice for a lot of newcomers for Elvis fans could get their hands on all the 50s music. So yeah, this is a good release for its time, and it's still probably a good release today for like collectors like myself. It was released as a 5 CD set on CD and even cassette, and it also came out as a 6 LP edition, but they are very limited quantities and very difficult to get hold of. But I'm still going to keep my eye out for a vinyl version of this this box. So yeah, there's the sticker there. So I'll just read what it says here. A 5 CD set, 140 tracks, includes 14 previously unreleased performances, 48-page 4-colour booklet with many rare photographs from the Graceland Photo Archives. First release of That's When Your Heartaches Begin from the legendary 1953 acetate. First release of Full, demo recorded but First release Full, demo recorded but demo record never otherwise recorded by Elvis. Contains complete 50s sessionography, complete 50s discography, biographical text by Peter Gurlink. Includes a sheet of RCA record label, 4-colour stamps, dissecting, I don't know how you say that word, Presley's 50 record covers. This recording was prepared with the cooperation of the Elvis Presley estate, the ultimate digitally remastered collection from the original RCA records label, and Sun Master recordings. So this has both the Sun and RCA material, as well as the 1953 demo recording of My Happiness that Elvis did. So I'm just going to start with the front. Here's the front. I really like that picture of Elvis in the front, a great iconic picture. Now, I got this box set from Amazon a few days ago, and it was about £18 including postage, so about £20, which was pretty good considering that there's 5 CDs and a book in here. I previously owned this box set, which is this edition from 2012, but I wanted to have the original of it because you get a lot with the original. It's a lot bigger, and you get like the CDs and different individual casings, so kind of wanted to have the original, because you know what, I like to have the originals on a lot of things, but I'll still kind of keep hold of this as a backup for the time being. But anyways, as the back tells you what you get. So we're just going to take the lid off, like so, and there is the booklet, same as the front cover photo. And these are the original stamps, which they also did a box set for the 60s Masters and the 70s Masters, both of which I own, and they came with like stamps with all the album and single covers, which is quite cool for its time, which is quite cool to get a hold of. As you can see, these stamps are still intact, and that's the way they're going to be. I'm not going to use any of these stamps, and the CDs are all housed like this. So I'm going to go over the book first, and so yeah, that's the front there. The back is a nice little memoriam for Elvis Presley, 1935 to 1977. Quite a nice little memoriam thing they had there. Let's open it up. There's that. We get pictures of Elvis, liner notes, like session tapes as well, which is quite nice that they included that. And you get to see them like kind of a bigger view as that. Other versions very small, and you know, it's just me being a bit kind of nitpicky, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't mind seeing things too small, but I always like to have a bigger thing of these so I can see them. So there, here's all the Sun record label 45s. Letters and little memo documents from the time as well, and various pictures that I've never seen before, which are nice. That's him on the Milton Berle show there, and that's him with the Steve Allen show. Which of course was the famous one where he sang Hound Dog to an actual Basset Hound dog. And they dressed him up in like a kind of tailcoat and a sort of bow tie, and Elvis said that was one of the most embarrassing performances of his career. So I'm just kind of going over it page by page. This is the sessionography, which is really interesting. It tells you the recording dates, where the session took place, who played on what in the sessions, the master takes and whatnot. So that's always quite interesting. There's an example there of the first one, That's Alright, the session for That's Alright, and then of course the session for the Blue Moon song, Blue Moon, which later went on the first album. Even a little blurb there about, you know, either where to take what, like even if some songs where master takes had to be edited from 2 different takes. These are all the session dates. It's really quite nice big box that they have. Some of these session dates at the time weren't corrected. For instance, it says here the Studio Sun sessions for When It Rains It Really Pours took place either between August or October 1955. It didn't take place till like the end of October, beginning of November, but the exact date's not known. And the session for Baby Let's Play House took place on February 5th, but Elvis had the Louisiana Hayride radio show that day, so it probably took place a few days before the actual day. So there are a few, like, through the years there have been various inconsistencies with recording dates, but hey ho, that's just a little fact there. So yeah, quite interesting. Even a little memo from RCA there from August 56 saying what songs Elvis could record or do for his second album. One of them mentioned is Ooby Dooby, which was a song that Roy Orbison had just had a hit with back in the day in 1956. Elvis never recorded that one, but it'd been quite interesting to have heard him do that song, Ooby Dooby. I think it would have been quite an interesting take. Might have been different from the actual version, but still it would have been quite interesting to have hear him do nonetheless. Nearly getting there. There's the discography, so it tells you when it came out, how it charted in both the US and in the UK, so it gives you both, which is very interesting. And that's a nice picture there. That's a nice picture of him on the piano that I don't think I've ever seen before. Credits. And it gives you the original albums and EP covers, which you get from the stamp sheet there that I just showed you. And that's the book. Now we're going to talk about the CDs and go over them in kind of detail. So obviously, when people say, you know, your favourite Elvis era, me personally, I like them all, but for me, the 50s era is one that I often come back to and really like enjoying listening to. So I think the 50s might be my favourite era, but I also love a lot of the 60s and 70s recordings too. So I really like all the eras of Elvis, to be honest. So anyway, here's the first disc. This is a nice picture there. The first disc covers from the My Happiness acetate from July 1953. Then it goes through the Sun era from July 1954 till November 1955. Then it goes into the first RCA recordings in January of 1956. And the disc kind of matches the front cover picture. And the booklet's nothing really much to the booklet in this one. You just get that information, but at least the big booklet and the big booklet in the box set kind of makes up for it. So there's that one. There's the first disc. Oh, didn't I show you the tracks there? There's the tracks there. You can pause and have a look at them if you like there. Here's disc 2, a real nice picture of Elvis in the front there with an acoustic guitar. Back, he's signing autographs. This second disc picks up from where the first disc left off. So we get the February 1956 recording through to January 1957. I'm just going through the recording dates of when each track was recorded. So the first disc was kind of like the Sun Records and the first album. This kind of goes through the first album and then into the second album and into the kind of Peace in the Valley EP. In fact, the last track is Peace in the Valley. And again, similar thing. So that's the first two there done. Disc 3. This picks up from where disc 2 left off, so from January 1957 till September 57. So we got the Peace in the Valley EP, the Lovin' You and Jailhouse Rock soundtracks, and Elvis's Christmas album as well. So there's those ones. So that's that one. And nearly there we have disc 4. This one continues, picks up from where disc 3 left off, so September 1957 till June 1958. So kind of before Elvis went into the army. So we get the kind of King Creole soundtrack and some of the singles that Elvis recorded before going into the army. And it even contains a bonus interview with Elvis, unreleased highlights from press conference September 22nd, 1958. So the interview before he went into the army, which was released as an EP called, a little 45 called Elvis Sales, which was just basically the interview of before he left for the army. It's a nice picture of him with his sort of captain hat and a guitar. I think that might have been from the session that did the Now and Then There's a Fool Such As I single, and Big Hunk of Love as well. And also recorded I Got Stripes at that session. Sorry, I Got Stung at that session. I Got Stripes is Johnny Cash. No, it's I Got Stung was Elvis. So yeah, that's that one. And the final one, this is probably the interesting disc out of the bunch. It's one called Rare and Rockin'. This has rare and previously unreleased live or studio outtakes. So really interesting ones on here. This one folds out so you explain everything you get. This has a lot of information though. Like you get a live recording of Elvis singing Chuck Berry's Maybelline in Shreveport in August 1955. You also have Tweedledee, which I'm not sure who did that originally, but that's from a Gladewater, Texas performance in December 1954. And you also get a alternate take of things like Blue Moon from the Sun Sessions, I'm Left, You're Right, She's Gone, a slow version of that song. Shake, Rattle and Roll with one of the verses that was omitted from the final version, and a piano solo as well. And there's a live recording from the New Frontier Hotel in Las Vegas in May 1956. And the alternate take of Old Shit, which was used on early pressings of Elvis' second album by mistake. Take one of that song was the Master. So that's interesting they included that. And even a different version of I Beg of You, which is in a different key from the original. And a slow version and a up-tempo version of Lovin' You, which are different to each other. Yeah, I'll just sort of put that and you can see that there. And there is the back. The other side. And I'll show you the other version because it is good. You know, it's good for people who probably can't afford the original or maybe not that bothered about having the big box set. But it is kind of it's just, as I say, it's nice to have the original versions. I always like to have the originals if I can get them. So here's this one. It's got a bit of a different lettering. That's a kind of a dark green, and this is a kind of more bluish green, the title. Compared to the spines as well. But other than that, it's pretty much identical to the original version. They all come like this, which the discs in these, one thing I don't like about this one is it's more or less the packaging. The way it's kind of packaged out, particularly these three discs. These three discs are very difficult to get out of. You kind of have to take one disc out to get the other out, and it's a bit of a kind of, it's a bit annoying sometimes. But hey ho, what can you do? But that's how it kind of looks like. I actually might get the other version of the 60s Master packaged like this. I have the original version of the 70s Masters set, but it's like the American edition with the long box, which I don't really need because that's the original version of. And that's quite difficult to get hold of, the 70s Master, but I managed to find that one in Canada just about a few months ago. And as you can see, it's quite hard to see it's easy to see the liner notes, but it's smaller, you know. Ah, it's fine, I've got good eyesight, it's just that, you know, it's always nice to see it kind of bigger font so you can see it a bit better. So I definitely still keep this one as a spare copy, even if it's not the original. But with the other box, you kind of get like the artwork and various, the CD cases are all individual, and you get like nice pictures and artwork with them. So that's a bonus for this one. So that's all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thought I'd do an Elvis video today and show this new box set. And next week, of course, is Elvis's 90th birthday, so I might do another video for that occasion. Not quite sure what I'll do for that one. I might do another Elvis box set video. Because I was talking of maybe showing off my Elvis box set collection and kind of showing it in one video. But what I'm now going to do is I'm now going to do an individual video where I show a box set or a release of some description, just kind of talk about it. I might actually maybe start another Elvis channel as well while I'm now thinking about it, and do a video on that. Hope you all enjoy this this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and there's definitely going to be a lot more content on the channel as well. I'd like to do, not sure what I'd like to do for this channel, but I'm kind of thinking of maybe doing a bit more album reviews as well. And there'll be still the regular vinyl update and first time listen series in the new year. So yeah, that's all. Like, comment, subscribe. See you for the next video.